Yeah.
Today in our kitchen, we'll be making chocolate-filled mini donuts. These are just normal donuts which have a chocolate filling in it. It is so easy to make and you will love this recipe and you will make it every time. It is a kid's favorite and an adult favorite as well. So let's get into it. Here you can see I'm going to show you how yummy it looks on the inside. And if you master this recipe, you will always make these donuts and you'll never go to the bakery because homemade is always best. So, in a bowl, we are going to take half a cup of lukewarm milk. Shouldn't be too hot, otherwise, it will not work. And 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. You can take white sugar as well. And then we will give it a nice mix. It won't mix at this point, but we will leave it like that. And then I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of yeast. This is what is going to make our donuts fluffy and really soft to eat. Then we're going to mix it. And then we're going to cover this bowl for 30 minutes so the yeast can absorb the sugar and everything can become really well mixed. Because if you didn't know, the yeast helps the sugar get dissolved in the milk and it will give us really soft and yummy donuts. Now we're going to cover it for 30 minutes. Now it has been 30 minutes. So let me uncover it. But let me show you before that look how fluffy this thing looks already, the mixture, and the yeast already, you can smell it. So this means that our donuts will become really fluffy and soft. Then I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and half a teaspoon of cinnamon sugar. This will really make our donut smell really nice and fresh. And then we're going to mix everything. And then a pinch of salt. And then mix. I'm going to add in 1 egg. And then I'm going to whisk it nicely till the egg becomes one with the mixture. And then I'm going to add in 4 to 3 tablespoons of melted butter. You can just pop it into the microwave for a few seconds, but it shouldn't be boiling, otherwise the egg will start to cook in your mixture. Then you just whisk it again. And let me show you how it looks right now before we add the flour. So now I'm adding in 2 cup flour, but first I'm only going to add in 1 cup and then mix it. So we're adding the flour gradually. You need to follow this step, otherwise you will not get the desired donuts. In these type recipes, it's really important that you follow these steps, otherwise they can go really wrong. So then I'm going to mix it and then I'm going to add the rest of the flour gradually. So now I've only added in 1 cup and you can see that it's a smooth mixture right now. It hasn't become a dough-like shape right as yet. Then I'm going to add half a cup more. And then I'm going to mix. Here the mixture has started to become thick and you can see the dough being formed. At this point, until this point, you can use a whisk. It will help you. Now I'm going to add the last half of the flour. And thus I'm not going to mix it with a whisk. I'm going to knead it with my hands. At first it is very sticky dough, but you have to mix it and knead it well, and then you'll see that it will become easier to handle then. There we go, my dough has become really soft and nice, and now it's ready to be kneaded. So now on the counter, I'm going to sprinkle some oil, and then we're going to knead the dough for at least 1 to 2 minutes. It is a must. So the gluten can be formed and we can get nice, soft, and yummy donuts. Otherwise, if you don't do the step, you'll get flat donuts. So it's really important you do all of these steps and follow the time. So now I'm going to make it into a bowl, and then we're going to place it back into the bowl that we mixed everything in. And now we're going to cover it and leave it in a warm place for at least 1 hour till the dough doubles. If where you stay it is winter, then you must leave for 2 hours, or see when it doubles in size, then your dough is ready. So mine took about 1 hour and mine has doubled in size. Now I'm going to take it out of the bowl and take all the air out of it. So now I'm going to take it out, and there's no need to knead it again. You can start rolling out your dough. So now make it into a ball and then roll it out with the help of oil so it doesn't stick. So first flatten it with your hands and then use a rolling pin. We're going to roll it about 1 to 1.2 centimeters thick. You don't have to be precise. You can use any measurement to your liking. So now I'm going to roll it as big as possible. So now you can see how thick mine is. You can leave it until that, or you can leave it more thick if you like more fluffy donuts. Then I'm going to take a donut shaper. You can take anything that will make round donuts. And then I'm going to make small round donuts like this. So I'm going to do it with the rest as well now. So there we go, and then the rest of the dough I'm going to take it out, make into a bowl again, and then I'm going to make more donuts. So this was the first batch, and now I'm going to make more donuts. So there we go, I made more donuts, and then I made some bowls as well where I couldn't make donuts. And then we're going to cover it and leave it on the counter for 30 minutes so they can rise again. So now after 30 minutes, let's check the donuts. You can see they have rised and they look a bit fluffy at this point, and then you know they're ready to be fried. This is all because of the yeast we added. You can see how nice and yummy it looks. And now in a pan, I heated some oil on medium speed for about 5 to 6 minutes. So now I'm going to add in the donuts. But you must check your temperature before you fry your donuts. If it's too hot, it will remain raw in the inside. If it's too cold, then your donuts will become oily because they will absorb all the oil. So the temperature has to be perfect. So I would suggest you add one donut and you check your temperature. And I'm going to fry all of them till they become nice and golden brown. And you can see in the oil, they're also doubling in size. And this is what we want. You can see how nice and golden my donuts are looking. So I'm going to fry all of them like that and drain all the oil before we place it in a tissue paper. And I would suggest you use new oil at this point because you will not get fluffy donuts if you use old oil. So use fresh oil and you have to deep fry them. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes to get the desired color, and then you just turn and let the other side get the same color. You can see this takes a little bit of time. The first step was to make the dough and then to fry it and then to coat it, but the end result is really yummy and you will really enjoy it. So now I'm going to take it out. You must only add donuts how many you can handle. If you add more, you will not be able to handle it. So just add about 3 to 4 at a time and just fry. You must just give them a nice golden color, not such a dark brown color, and take it out. So now I've taken some sugar, white sugar, and I'm adding in cinnamon sugar. You can add this if you want to, but it is optional. And now I'm going to coat the donuts with the sugar as if they are still warm. You shouldn't let them cool down because they will not be coated with the sugar. So when they're still warm, then you should just coat it with the sugar. You can see how nice and fluffy they're looking. So now add in half of the donuts at a time and then coat it, turn the side and coat it again. And then we're going to do it with all of the others as well. You can just leave it in the sugar for a while and then they are ready. Now I'm going to do it for the rest as well, even with the small balls I made. You must make sure all sides are covered in the sugar because our donuts don't have much sugar in it. So now you can see our cinnamon donuts are ready. You can have them as is if you're not a chocolate lover. But now I'm taking a bottle that looks like that. So you can take something that just makes a hole in the donuts. So you make a hole in the donuts and then you fill in chocolate sauce, or you can fill it with Nutella. Nutella is about thick, so you can warm it in the microwave for about a few seconds and then you just pipe it in. I'm just using Hershey's chocolate syrup as it is really yummy and really easy to pipe inside. And now I'm going to do it for the rest as well. And the amount of chocolate you add inside is how much you like chocolate. It's all up to you. So now I'm going to show you again how to add the chocolate syrup inside. You can see I really like chocolate, so I'm filling it right to the top. And there we go. It is so easy to make chocolate filled donuts. You can fill it with jam or whipping cream or even peanut butter if you want. Or you can have them as is. Now I'm going to show you how it looks from the inside. Wow, you can see the chocolate that I piped inside and it's so yummy to have. So there we go. Our chocolate filled donuts are done. I hope you liked today's recipe. Please do like, share and subscribe and I will see you guys next time.